Right then guys, Gaffed is back. Now I had a comment saying, have you done a build for your electronic shock deck? And I haven't. So I'm going to do one now. But what I've done to make life easier, my dynamite deck that I take to work, this is why this looks very scruffy and dirty, I've pulled it apart. Just so I can get the components I need to show you how to make a electric shock deck. I'll leave a link in description as to where you can purchase this. It's rechargeable USB. I've had to put some wires on this purely because when I did my dynamite deck, I did not need these electrodes or whatever they are to be as long as they are. They are pretty much about as long as this, but I've cut them down. So if you buy one of these, you won't need to add these wires. They will already be long enough. So that's a component. You need to stick enough cards so you can get the thickness of this black box. Not sure how many cards that is, 20 or so cards stuck together. I've got these two little steel plates. I got these from AliExpress when I bought them thinking they were magnets, but they're not. So I've got no idea. I'm pretty sure you could just Google it and find these. They are super thin. They're probably less than half a mil thick. You're going to want a bit of tape, maybe a sharp knife, some cards. So what you're going to do is painstakingly stick enough cards to fix this block. It is probably about 24 cards, just a bit less than half the deck. Stick them all down. Put that, when you've stuck them all down, with something heavy on top and leave it for a day. Really let the glue set. And then get your Stanley knife and cut out the centre. Needs to be, you know, about this big, about 1 centimetre each side. You will not have this little bit on the side. I've had to cut this out for my dynamite deck switch. So you won't have that. It will just look like a smooth deck like this. But like I say, I haven't got any of these, so I've had to strip one out purely for this video. So what I'm going to do now is stick some cards on the bottom. Now the cards on the bottom are going to have a little hole through them so you can poke these wires. So I'm going to get 2 cards, get me trusty glue stick, stick them together. Now, like on a lot of videos you watch of people making gimmicks, they always come out perfect. And they never do when you try and build them yourself, do they? That is why you guys like me, because this is as real as it gets. So you're going to stick that on the bottom, like that in a minute. But you're going to cut 2 little holes through this so you can poke your wires through. Now, as always, I'm not prepared. I haven't got a chopping block, have I? So I'm going to have to use something else. That'll do, just a bit of paper. So I'm going to cut 2 little holes. Right, where's the centre? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the centre, so I'm going to cut my hole 3 down from the centre. It hasn't got to be very big, just enough to get your bit of wire through. It's not quite gone through. Just cut that out. There we go. And do the same on the other side. So that's centre, yeah. So you're going to cut this bit out. Got it, yeah. That bit out there should be. There we go. Now I'm going to stick that onto the bottom of there. So we get the trusty glue stick, which there isn't much on it, look. Oh God. I haven't even got bloody glue stick. Oh, this glue stick's well old. It's all gone stiff, but it'll work for this video. Now when you're sticking all these cards together, when you're squashing them all down, make sure your hands are clean so you don't get any glue dirt on the sides. If you take your time, you can stick them all together and they look like a nice clean deck rather than a dirty deck. Now this is dirty because it goes to work a lot and I've always got dirty hands at work. So that's stuck down there like that. At some point these plates are going to go over the top like that. Now you've got to put your electronics in. You have got a little charger here It's like a little Samsung charger, whatever. So you're going to stick this in here. And you've got to make sure that you can get to your charger at some point. So if I turn the battery around this way, it's a bit of trial and error getting these things to fit in here, but you'll get it at some point. Right, I want to create space for that. So if I put it that way and I put that like that and I stick that somewhere here. Now if you're using a bicycle deck, you will have a lot more space in here because they're slightly bigger, aren't they? So stick it down like that, making sure I can get to this hole in a minute, so I might have to move it up a little bit. But this is the trial and error stuff, getting everything inside the box. Maybe if I push that there, put that down there, put that there, and now you do have a little bit of freedom with this, I think, just making sure that it still works when you've moved it all around. Yeah, make sure not to actually electrocute yourself. Right, let's push that there, pop that in there. That goes in, doesn't it? Yeah, that's it, that fits in. Right, you've got to be wary of your switch, because you've got to get that switch. What we're going to do is stick the switch. When the switch comes, just bend the wires down a little bit, if you can see. And it's about the right height that when it sits there, oh! If you put a card on the top, be careful not to electrocute yourself. A card stuck on the top, you can just push it down. Right. I think we're somewhere there. Now I would say use some hot glue to stick this switch. I tried super glue in the past, and what happened was it got inside the switch and the switch didn't actually work afterwards. So I'm probably, because this is just a quick video, use a bit of tape to stick it down. But I would use some hot glue just to make sure that switch is in the right place and it won't move. But I'm just going to bodge it, because that's how the gaffer works. A lot of my stuff is bodged, but it still works. That's the thing. As long as it works, doesn't matter how tidy it looks, because no one's going to see it. So if I just stick that round there like that, as long as that switch stays there for the purposes of this video. There we go. So right, now you can glue all this in if you want, just not this piece. You need this piece to be free so you can get it out. But I've noticed I'm literally going to stick a card over the top, completely stick it over the top, and when the battery runs out, I'm just going to peel this card off, charge it, and stick another card over the top. Because once the battery is fully charged, it lasts bloody ages. I mean, how many times are you going to electrocute somebody? I've had this, oh God. Well, not this one. This has been my dynamite deck, and I haven't charged this up for probably a month or so, and it's been used a lot. Now if you do glue it in, it will stay still and won't move around, but I'm not going to glue it in for now, because I'm going to take this back out after and put it back in the dynamite deck. So this wire is going to go through this hole like that. Right, if I put a card over the top, there's the wire there. I'm going to get my little plate. Now these have a sticky bottom. So I'm going to stick that just over there. Ow! Got a funny bit of nail catching on everything. Press that down hard, making sure not to press the button. So that's that one stuck down. This one, I'm going to poke through this little hole here. Poke that through there, like that. Once again, so nothing falls out. Get the wire there. Get my little plate. Now, when you touch these plates, you can feel the plate, but nobody really knows it's there when the spectator is, because they're not really used to touching a deck of cards anyway. So they don't feel it there. So that's that. So if I push that button, oh, it's coming out. Peel this plate off here. Peel this plate off. That's it. Push the button. Oh, wasn't that shocking me then? Oh, tell you what it could be. These plates have got glue on them, haven't they? Oh God, they're strong. Strong bloody glue. Got plastic there, isn't it? Glue. So I might have to scrape some of it off so we can get a contact with the wire. No, it's too far forward. Yeah, they got glue on the bottom, so you're going to have to make sure that it's actually on the metal. That should do it, hopefully. Now, you might be able to buy these little plates without the glue and you can stick it yourself. Get this one off. Oh, strong glue. Might just scrape that off. Get that residue off because it'll make it a bit thicker. Might stick that bit there. Like that, try that. Oh! Yeah, that works. That is a good contact. So now what you're going to do is stick a plate, a card, over the top of everything. Stick it down. Just be a little bit gentle here because that's where the switch is. So let me just get a different glue stick. Right. Oh, I've just thought of something. My previous electric shock deck, the components came from that thumb tip igniter thing I had. You know, the arc thumb tip. There's the button there. So push all that down. Why is that bulging out? Bit bulgy there. What's going on? Oh, it's under there, isn't it? So we just got to move that a little bit. We need to move that. Get that in there. That might be it. Right, now stick that over the top. That's a bit better. Yeah. What I probably do need is a couple more cards with the bits cut out of them. And that's it. Now I will say that was a hell of a bout. Now people have said in the past, Gaffer, you can't really electrocute people. And in all honesty, I don't think I'd use these components because that literally just fucking took my head off. But that is all for my gaff squad. So yeah. Whew. Be careful, that's all I can say. If you've got some good friends up for a laugh, whew, Jesus, that's literally going to take the boxes off them, because that was, whew, to the point I don't even want to touch it again. So that's how you make a taser, basically. Fucking hell. Where's the switch then? Ooh, there. Scared now. Don't want to fucking push the thing. Ooh. Right, so that's it, guys. Word of warning, that was a hell of a bout. Whew. I don't know if anyone's ever touched an electric fence. It's not like that. But yeah, that came as a bit of a shock. So, this is an 18 rated video. I should have said that at the beginning. But enjoy. And I've just got to go and get some water on my hair because it's all stuck up at the minute. Jesus. Whew. Scary. Cheers.